But with all the complaining that was going on, meanwhile, I'm saying Wayne has his own festival in New Orleans. Lil Louisiana Fest, November 2nd, Smoothie King Center where the Pelicans play. Why not show love to that? Why not support that? Why not bring more awareness to that? Top of the Top, episode 261, Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in weekly, salute. And this just an episode, some topics you may want to hear about. Thank you for tuning in as well. Podcast available on all podcast streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to your preferred platform. Like this video on YouTube as well. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out this show. All love is greatly, greatly appreciated. Hope everyone had a safe week, safe weekend. Do the same this upcoming week. This week, a lot to talk about, really all stemming from the Super Bowl 59 halftime show announcement. Last week, it was announced Kendrick Lamar will be the halftime performer this year. I want to talk about that. Coming from that announcement, we had the conversation of why not Lil Wayne? The legend Lil Wayne, he's a New Orleans native, a legend in the game, that goes without saying. So that conversation came up. And ending this episode, I want to talk about Future. He announced his new project, Mixtape Pluto, will be dropping this Friday, September 20th. So I want to end the episode with that. So a lot to talk about, like I said. So sit back, relax. Once again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. So like I said before, Kendrick Lamar announced he will be this year's Super Bowl halftime performer. He announced it on his Instagram, a video, big American flag. He had the football throwing machine. And he's announcing, I'm performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Threw some jabs, no more round twos. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I was thinking, before this, I was like, well, who's the Super Bowl halftime performer? I didn't know it was in New Orleans or none of that. I was just thinking. Now, obviously, after last season, we had Usher. This year, I for sure thought, okay, they may go the Taylor Swift route. Because we see that play coming from a mile away, but they didn't. They're going with Kendrick Lamar. He has the catalog, he has the records, and arguably the most impressive 2024 in terms of music stemming from the battle with Drake. And I'm happy for K-Dot. I am happy for him. I'm ready to see him on stage. He had to pop out earlier this year, so I'm guessing he's going to do some of those songs, obviously. I'm not sure if he's going to do Euphoria and 616 in L.A. That would be crazy. I saw people saying the only reason he got it was because of the beef with Drake. And I was like, K-Dot go on stage and do Euphoria, 616 in L.A. If he does Meet the Grams, that would be crazy. But I think we'll get Not Like Us. Obviously, we'll get Not Like Us. I saw people saying, well, can he perform that with the words he's using and the content? Well, I'm like, if that's one of the most popular songs of the year, I'm sure it's on radio, and if it's on radio, I'm sure he has a clean version of it. But it really don't matter because the fans at home are going to be singing it. The fans in the arena are going to be singing it. I'm sure whoever is playing in the Super Bowl, the players in the locker room during halftime show, I'm sure they're going to be singing it as well. So that really doesn't matter. He could just play 5 seconds, and people may just go that word for word. So I'm excited for him. I'm really, really excited for K-Dot, and he's making history. He's making history. The first hip-hop solo act announced for the Super Bowl. He actually came on stage a couple years ago with Dr. Dre and Snoop, and that was presented as Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. So he's the first solo act to be named Super Bowl halftime performer. So shout out to Kendrick. And I said it years ago, for our generation, my generation, I'm 31 years old, so if you're in my age group or whatever, things like the Super Bowl halftime show are going to look a lot different for us because it's our generation now. We won't probably see artists grace the stage that had the light of a Michael Jackson, the light of a Prince, or nothing like that. And I'm glad that, Jay-Z coming off that announcement years ago that he's teaming with the NFL, because that came on here. A lot of people, including myself, got on their platforms and hey, this a head scratcher. Because it was coming off the Colin Kaepernick situation. And I think at the time, Kaepernick was trying to get back in the NFL. He was going to different teams, and different teams were coming to see him work out and stuff like that. So the announcement of Jay-Z was very weird at the time, but it seems as if Roc Nation is controlling the halftime show. So we had Dr. Dre, Kendrick, we had The Weeknd, we had Usher last year. It's been a pretty solid halftime performance for the past few years, because I think we're getting away from the Bon Jovis. No disrespect to the Bon Jovis. What's another group? Red Hot Chili Peppers. That type of vibe when it comes to the Super Bowl. It's like, no, hip-hop, we are the culture now. So Kendrick gracing the stage will be dope. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Songs, I'm looking to see him perform. Like I said, to pop out, I'm sure we're going to get King Kunta. I'm sure we're going to get All Right, of course. But me personally, I would love to see Backseat Freestyle perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. That's one song I'm definitely looking forward to him performing. If he does it, I hope he does. Just for nostalgic purposes, ADHD. I would love to see ADHD just for nostalgic purposes. All the Stars, the song from the Black Panther soundtrack with SZA, I think visually that would be great for the Super Bowl halftime show, the All the Stars record. And he dropped the song last week as well. And it has people questioning, like, okay, leading up to the Super Bowl, before or after, is an album coming, a tour announcement, an album and tour, merchandise, something to capitalize off the momentum of the Super Bowl. But we in September now, the Super Bowl is in February. By then, I hope Kendrick drops the Broccoli song. The one that was at the beginning of the Not Like Us video. Woke up looking for the broccoli. I would love to see him perform that. I don't know if the song is going to come out by then, but I think that would be a groove at the Super Bowl halftime show. So overall, Kendrick Lamar, I'm not upset at the pick. When I saw him make the announcement, I was like, okay, cool. Kendrick Lamar, what a year he's had, what a catalog he's had, what a career he's had so far. And you know him and Dave Free and they PG Lane team, when it comes to visually and creative aspects, he's going to kill it. And like I said, shortly after his announcement of the Super Bowl, he dropped the song on Instagram, which two things I see with that. One, he just going against the grain, not officially releasing songs on streaming sites or whatever, or he just doing it just because sampling clearances. Like with 616 in LA, obviously that was some sampling. I could see him saying, okay, I don't want to put this on stream and then it get taken down, so I'm just throwing it on Instagram. With this song, I've been calling it Black Forces because that's the cover art is a pair of black forces. But a lot of people are going with the Watch the Party Die. So it's in the box of Kendrick, like when people like Kendrick get too introspective for them and all that. It's in that lane, but when you listen to what bruh's saying, it's like it's undeniable. It's really undeniable. Just some lines I caught. My favorite line is the type of man that never did right because I want a favor. It's so much of that going on these days in terms of the music industry, personally, and all that. It's just like, bro, you don't got to do all that. You can show support, give doubt, salute, keep it pushing. You don't got to ride nuts to get a favor done or nothing like that. Just ask sometime. So that's one of my favorite lines from that song. Just walk that man down. That'll do everyone a solid. Obviously, that was a shot at Drake. This whole record wasn't a shot at Drake, but it was just a shot at him and just the industry overall. I think that goes without saying. I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. There's a lot of that going on, too. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that going on from both sides, men and women. A lot of clown shit going on. We'll trade all y'all for Nip. I think I've been watching Nip, brother Black Sam. He still running the YouTube page, the Marathon Clothing, and just the operation the Marathon Clothing got, like the warehouse and the stitching of the clothes and everything. Just from a business side of things, I know where Nip was going with it. But in terms of music, it's been a disarray. Nip passing and the Young Thug situation going on, and obviously, I remember 2017. I went to a concert. It was Gucci Mane and Tip. And T.I. had a shirt on saying, "Stop making stupid people famous." And I think that was coming off like the Whoa Vicky chick, the Bad Bobby chick, and all that. And fast forward, it's really people that get posted on social media all day, every day. And you just think to yourself, like, what have they done to get this type of notoriety? Like, it's artists who laid the groundwork for the hip-hop community, got classic albums, and they can't even get an interview. Meanwhile, you got people who we don't know nothing about. They probably look funny or just notorious for snitching or something like that, and they getting all the cameras put on them, which is weird to me. It's like, damn, this is where we at now with social media. So Kendrick, overall, second verse is incredible. The second verse, propaganda by the media personalities. All in all, the song was cool. It sounds like an album outro. It sounds like a great outro for an album. And I'm looking forward to see what else he does to capitalize off this Super Bowl, because all the eyes are on you. The spotlight is on you. You're not going to turn that down. I'm looking forward to seeing it. So shortly after the announcement of Kendrick Lamar doing the halftime performance, Super Bowl, fans instantly went to Why Not Lil Wayne? It's in New Orleans. Wayne the legend. He has the catalog. Why not Lil Wayne? And trust me, 15, 16-year-old Tyler would love to argue and debate this. Wayne is another one of those artists responsible for the upbringing. I would love to debate this with y'all, but 31-year-old, 2024, I can't be mad at Kendrick getting it. I can't say, oh, no, Wayne needed more than Kendrick. It's hard to do because Kendrick has showed time and time again when it comes to stage etiquette, creative, visually, song selection, ability to rap the songs on stage word for word in a stadium at that, Kendrick is undeniable in that, in my opinion. And Wayne, he has the records. Let's start with that. I've been seeing that narrative going around like, oh, Wayne don't even have records to perform at the Super Bowl. Yes, he does. I think this is when, in terms of hip-hop, we let our personal taste interfere with what the masses think. Me personally, if Lil Wayne were to come out Super Bowl halftime show, he don't even need a stage. He can stand at the 50-yard line and the DJ play Sky's the Limit, and I'll be all right. I'll be a satisfied customer with just that one song. But I know that's not going to happen. But if Wayne were to perform at the Super Bowl, a Millie, of course, even though I'm tired of seeing Wayne on TV performing a Millie. I'm tired of it. Like, he has more songs to do rather than just a Millie. A Millie he can do. Hustler music, I would love to see him do that live the right way. Hustler music, I think, would have been great to see. Fireman, Go DJ, of course. I like to see Stun Like My Daddy live. Honestly, I like to see Stun Like My Daddy, Leather So Soft, the John record, Let the Beat Build, Mr. Carter, and he can end it with the Let It All Work Out song. That's like the perfect Super Bowl song, Let It All Work Out, which I be forgetting that's Lil Wayne's song because you really don't hear his verse when they play it on like commercials and all that. But Wayne has a solid 10, I think he could do. But with all the complaining that was going on, meanwhile, I'm saying Wayne has his own festival in New Orleans. Lil Louisiana Fest, November 2nd, Smoothie King Center where the Pelicans play. Why not show love to that? Why not support that? Why not bring more awareness to that? Essence Fest, Hot Boys Reunion, didn't go as planned. They're going to try to run it back at this festival. So this was the perfect time. Instead of saying Lil Wayne should be on the halftime show, y'all should have been saying, oh, y'all know Lil Wayne got his own festival we can go to and support that instead. So that what really had me kind of like, okay, I really can't fight for it because Lil Wayne is playing the sympathy card, which I feel like he did with the Instagram video. Yo, it broke me. Whoop-de-whoop is in my city. I'm paraphrasing, of course. It's in my city. Whoop-de-whoop. It's not the first time the Super Bowl been in New Orleans. And unless I missed something, there's more Super Bowls to come in the future. Like, bro, you Wayne, you one of the GOATs, man. You Weezy F baby. The L stand for pick your fucking head up. Like, come on, dog. Like, that's why I say go back to the persona of Kendrick, like this boogeyman. Like, fam, you Wayne. What's wrong with you? Like, you got your own festival. So I saw a lot of complaining going on. And like I said, I would love to debate, but I can't. I can't. And when you go to business side of things, Apple Music is sponsoring the halftime show, if I'm not mistaken. Kendrick Lamar did the Pop Out a few months ago. That was sponsored by Amazon. Apple Music saw those numbers. Apple Music saw those numbers. I saw numbers on my timeline, and I was like, damn. So I know Apple Music saw some more legit numbers, and they was like, hey, man, Lil Wayne, yes, you're going to bring in viewers. One is the Super Bowl. They got the viewers already. Based off whether it's the game or commercials, Super Bowl got viewers. But it's a metric they look at. Okay, kickoff, we got this many viewers. second quarter leading up to halftime. I'm sure it's a jump in viewers, of course. So they see that. But Kendrick, and knowing that at the pop-out, Kendrick did Not Like Us, 5, 6 times? Who knows what he's going to do at the Super Bowl. So as much as I want to fight for Wayne, it's tough. Another thing, stage etiquette. People keep sharing these videos of Wayne performing. Found that was when, what's the song? Was it I'm Me or whatever he did at BET Awards in like 2008, 2007, something like that. They showing performances from 2011. Fam, look at Wayne performances in the past few years. And look at the stage etiquette. It's been stories. Man, Wayne came late. He only did 10 minutes and left. It was another concert I remember a couple years ago. He brought a new artist signed to Young Money, which I didn't know people were still signing to Young Money, with all due respect. And I think he did like a freestyle on stage, and the fans was like, "Fam, we're not here to see an unknown artist. We're here to see you, Lil Wayne." And he was like, "Oh, these fans, they're respecting us. We ain't come here for that." And he just left the show abruptly. So you see stuff like that. You see him at WrestleMania, at a stadium, a football stadium, the sound quality. I'm not sure if it's legit or not, but I saw a guy tweeting he was working with Wayne for his Grammy performance one year. And he was like, Wayne didn't show up to rehearsals. He legit came right before his performance at the Grammys. After that, he left. So you see Wayne performing and the sound quality and all that. And I've been saying it for years. For me to go see Wayne live, he has to present it as, this is the Carter Series tribute tour. This a No Ceilings anniversary tour. This a Drought 3 tour. Something like that for me to be like, all right, at least I know I'm going to hear the songs I want to hear. I don't want to go to Lil Wayne show and hear Lollipop. And even though back when it first came out, Lollipop was the shit. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to change history now. When Lollipop first came out, that BET Access Granted episode, Tyler was like, oh, this shit is different. With Static Major, R.I.P., don't get it twisted. But in 2024, if Lollipop is being performed, it needs to be performed right. So as much as I want to fight for Wayne, it's hard when Kendrick Lamar is the person performing. If it was Taylor Swift, we know that play. But Kendrick Lamar is kind of hard. Plus, with everything that's happened this year, hey, man, you got your own festival November 2nd. What I think Wayne should do is more Super Bowls in the future, like I said. Start at the festival and take like a good year, man, and just redeem yourself just from the live performance aspect. Not the show, hey, I should have did the Super Bowl. No, for your fans' sake, do better with your live performances. That's the top of the thing for me when it comes to, do I want to see this person live or what? I'm looking at YouTube videos and all that to see how are they on stage. Is the audio quality right? Are they really rapping? Is it fucking ratchet or is it well put together? Travis Scott had a concert overseas, over 100-some thousand people, and I guarantee you, one, them folks probably don't care because they raging, they mosh pitting and all that, but every little detail Travis Scott, he puts into his shows, no matter if it's 5 people, 100 people, 1,000, 100,000. And Kendrick Lamar, he's one of those guys as well. So Wayne should just work on his live performance for about a year. And like I said, I want him to link in with Hit Boy and Alchemist in terms of his next album. Like, come on, man. Wayne got to shake back. But, and I'm gonna leave it at this. When it comes to this festival, November 2nd, he needs to have a conversation with Birdman, Turk, BG, Juvenile, whoever's gracing that stage. Hey, y'all, we ain't sending no shots. We ain't sending no subliminals. All right? Caboose done got on Instagram talking crazy. Hurricane Chris, Nicki Minaj about this. Hey, y'all. Because if y'all say something, Kendrick coming for me. And that'll put me personally on the fence. I'm like, damn, fuck with Kendrick. But Wayne, I don't want to see Wayne Kendrick do. I don't want to see that. But if one of them folks get on stage and say something slick, I just have to guess that Kendrick is not going to go away silently. So I want that. I want some professionalism as well now. Like, we seen what Bruh can do. And lastly, with this halftime show stuff, it's a spider web of connections that's made this kind of, a little bit of me is like, okay, it's something behind the scenes going on. Check this out. Obviously, we had Kendrick and Drake this year, right? Wayne is Drake's mentor. Kendrick admires Wayne. Top Dog and Birdman are cool. Jay-Z and Birdman seem to have some static. If you watch Birdman interviews, he does feel a way that, and I'm with him on this. I'm with Birdman on this part, that because we in the South, we don't get the same acknowledgement as a Jay-Z in terms of labels and all that. Even Diddy, in terms of his label and all that. We know the national stuff going on with Diddy. So I do feel Birdman like, yo, I don't get the credit I deserve. Master P don't get the credit he deserves. Suave House don't get the credit they deserve. Top Dog out West don't get the credit he deserves. Y'all just look at the New York guys as the only guys doing business right. But at the same time, we know Birdman business always been kind of even Jay-Z and Diddy, all of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nobody we can say in terms of head of a label that, you know, everything ran correctly, artists got paid correctly or nothing like that. But it seemed to be some static with Birdman and Jay-Z. Jay-Z, like I said, seems to be the face of the halftime show. And it seems that Kendrick, Top Dog, and Jay-Z are cool. So when you get into the behind the scenes in terms of just strictly hip hop, it does get a little crazy. But I mean, it's hard to go away from Kendrick. It's hard to say Kendrick don't deserve to be on that stage or Kendrick's not ready to be on that stage. It's very, very hard for me to argue that. He's ready. He's showed time and time again he's ready. And I'm sure he's going to do a great, great job. So really, congratulations all around the board. Congrats to Kendrick on this halftime performance. And congrats to Lil Wayne having his own festival. It's not the first year he's having his festival as well. He's been having it for the past few years. So let's shout out that, man. Like, putting two great artists against each other for the simple fact that one of y'all most popular artists got beat in the battle, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, to wrap up this episode, this Friday, September 20th, Future is expected to drop his new project, Mixtape Pluto. I've been seeing previews on the timeline within the past few weeks. I probably listened to maybe 10 seconds of certain songs and videos that's been popping out, but one thing I've learned, don't get too attached to hearing the version that's not on the project. Like, wait till you press play because the beat might change, the lyrics might change. So I listened to a little bit, but not enough to make me be like, okay, this album is going to sound like this. I've been hearing on the timeline, I think it was an engineer who tweeted, it's more of a 56 Nights vibe, which, like I said, we don't know until we press play. The cover art, though, picture of Rico Wade, Future cousin, co-founder of Dungeon Family with Ray Murray and Sleepy Brown, who passed away earlier this year. Rico Wade, Atlanta legend, like I said, co-founder of the Dungeon Family, responsible for Outkast, Goody Mob, Future, Killer Mike. If you don't know who Dungeon Family is, please do your research. But that's Future cousin as well, so he's paying tribute to him with the house, which is known as the Dungeon. And he has pink lights, which I took as codeine. Hey, man, Future, that's the image you put out. That's what I'm going with. When I saw pink lights, I'm thinking, okay, codeine. It is what it is. Production-wise, I'm hearing Southside production. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Wheezy production as well. Personally, I would love to hear some Zaytoven production. I think it's been a minute since I've really heard Future lock in with Zaytoven. If it's not on this project, I hope he come back with a Zaytoven, strictly Zaytoven produced project. I think Zaytoven deserves all the flowers. He deserves it. But I'm not mad at a possible Southside, Wheezy, co-produced project as well. And I'm just ready to press play on it. I'm ready to press play. My expectations just be better than We Still Don't Trust You. I'm still on record saying I really didn't care for We Still Don't Trust You. We Don't Trust You is the one that started all of this commotion in 2024 with the Like That record. And like I said, Claustrophobic, that's still one of my favorite type shit. Isotad, like We Don't Trust You, still one of my favorite albums this year. We Still Don't Trust You, I could have dealt without. So hopefully this mixtape Pluto will make him rebound for that, for me personally. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, but I'm looking forward to it. I always remember 2011 when Future first run, when he had Streets Calling, True Story, Dirty Sprite, astronaut status came a little bit later, but I always remember that 2011, my first semester at community college, around this time when college football going on, Streets Calling was always in the background. I always remember that, like, 'cause there was a time I was still trying to figure Future out. I was like, okay, you got the Streets Calling mixtape that I like, but you doing this Turn on the Lights and Never End song. It's like, it was still trying to figure out what his lane was, but I would always remember that 2011 college football season, Streets Calling was like the soundtrack of that time period. So with him dropping this mixtape Pluto in the middle of college football season, it kind of put me in that kind of mindset, like, okay, maybe there's going to be some great background music while the games are on TV. So that's what I'm really looking forward to the most. Can I put this on while I'm watching the football games? Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do in this day and age of music. Your expectation shouldn't be, oh, this is going to be Monster or this is going to be Dirty Sprite 2. I just need something to put on for the background while I'm watching football games. If Future does that, I'm satisfied. But I am hoping for no features. I'll say that. I am hoping for no features, but we'll see how it goes, man. But this past week, the main conversation was Kendrick Lamar halftime show, the Black Forces song he dropped, and fans and certain artists arguing why not Lil Wayne. Y'all disrespecting Lil Wayne. Once again, man, Super Bowl, a great stage. That goes without saying. A lot of attention. That goes without saying. But I can't be mad when you have your own festival in New Orleans. That's the time now to promote that more than anything. So it is what it is. Wayne, pick your head up, man. Kendrick going to do his thing. Future, I'm looking forward to the project this Friday. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been episode 261, Stash House Podcast. Go out, have a great work week, a great school week. Stay safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Drink plenty of water. Keep me in your prayers. I'll do the same for y'all. Salute.